Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to the Reaper's Candle. And like I promised, so the video that I had uploaded previously, today, like I said, it was a video that I had recorded about a week ago, but things kept on coming up in life, and even though I remembered to upload it, those things would just delay me from uploading those things. So again, like I don't fight too much against these things. Sometimes things come up and it's just about timing as well. So perhaps that information wasn't necessarily needed at that time or should not have been heard at that time, which is why even though I was remembering it, it kept on getting delayed for the upload. So again, like I say, that I do try to upload on a weekly basis. But yeah, again, it's timing. So if something just isn't working out like easily for the 3 times that I try, it just is what it is. And so I just go with the flow now for those things. If I've tried 3 times and it doesn't work out easily or something just keeps on stopping it, then it's not meant to be at that time. And so I just let things flow, and then when the timing is right, it will automatically and naturally happen, like today. But as I had said before, that I will try to upload on a weekly basis, and because I didn't, I am uploading a second video for you guys at the same time, so you guys won't have any other sort of delay. And again, this is another career-related reading, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. And again, this one I'm going to give you guys time to meditate and pick a pile. And then I will let you know which pile is which at the end of your meditation, so that you guys can pick without actually having a number or anything in your mind, but more visually what you're drawn to. But yeah, so the question for this reading is today's second reading, sorry, is what is the next step that I should take for success in my career, okay? Or the goal that you are thinking of accomplishing. Yeah, okay? So we will do that. I will give you a second to meditate, do whatever you need to do to get into a mode where you are connected to the information that should be coming and in tune with your instinct. Yeah. All right, go for it. Okay, so now that you guys have picked your pile, so this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I will get in tune with the collectives of each pile that have selected them, and then we will see what comes out in general as I'm shuffling through each of the decks and what needs to be revealed or said out during the shuffle of when I'm in tuning with the collective who have selected the respective deck. And then after that, I will ask the more detailed question that this video is actually meant for, and then get the answer from that, so that you get kind of like a mini collective reading and then as well a more detailed reading. Okay, so we will start off with pile 1 here on the left. Okay, so this is just the cards that popped out in general when I asked to be shown like some sort of truth, whatever truth needs to be revealed at this moment or communicated to you. And I just saw, like, my eyes were pulled to this card specifically, with the howling fox and kind of like the defensively cawing vulture. And it seems like you guys are in discussion with someone about something, and this could be related to your goal, or your career. Yes, but it seems like you have more of like the fox's energy, where you're in this very confident and outspoken sort of position, and there might be someone else close to you that might be trying to kind of ground you or bring you back to reality and make you think the logical things that would be associated with this decision that you are trying to accomplish or make. So it doesn't seem to be like a very serious or tense like conflict that you guys are talking through, but more of like a discussion, albeit it might be serious, but it is more of like a brainstorming session with people who are thinking of the situation from different sort of perspectives. One is more of like a dreamer, and the other one is more of like a logical person. So it seems like there's a back and forth going on between you two, to kind of figure out what the best solution to this issue or this situation is. And then again, you do have the upper position on this, and they're kind of speaking from a disconnected perspective. They're providing outside feedback. So they're looking at the situation from a non-relative view. You are more invested in the project or this decision or work or goal, whatever it is. And again, you do have the upper position just because that you are the one leading the goal or the decision, and this person seems to be more of like just providing you feedback and letting you know like, oh, this might not be the best idea or whatever, and giving you an outsider's perspective about how you're going about reaching the goal, or even if the goal itself is something viable or something that should be achieved. And sometimes I see like a girl a little bit like laughing in an slightly like amused way, being like, oh, you don't really know about the project and decision, that's why you're saying these things. But at the same time, I respect your perspective and your opinion about this, and I will take it into consideration. But it's just funny to you because they're looking at it from a way that they don't have all the details, and so they think they're being logical, but in fact, you also know that it is viable. It's just they don't have all the details to be making such a statement. But it is good for you to have outsider feedback, and you enjoy them giving their perspective on the situation, because it does help you also open up your mind to different ideas and different solutions and ways of looking at the issue. Now let's see about the other cards. There seems to be a lot of cups here, and a lot of things to do with control as well, like the Magician, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune here, the Ace of Cups. So it seems to be, again, like a decision that you have to make and that you are completely in control of. So it is a decision that relies on you and how you will take the next step forward. But I'm getting this feeling of you are just kind of like waiting for the right moment to take a step forward. And that's really prominent with the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess and the Magician, because the High Priestess is supposed to be a patient card, someone who knows the decision to make, but they are very patient in how they go about doing it. It's kind of like a slow and steady vibe. Whereas the Magician is someone who is very it can tend to be like a very active and like excitement filled card, but this one in this deck seems to be very calm and kind of just enjoying their wine, and until it's like it almost has a feeling of like they're looking at the inside the wine glass, and it seems like there is a little bit more of a sip to drink before they can, go off into battle, because they do have their sword ready, their shield ready, and they are in a fighting sort of area or position, but they want to finish this one little last bit of amusement or luxury before they go in for the fight. And this could be your energy right now too, that you think that there is one more tiny step that you need to do to prepare for whatever decision you want to go on. And so you're just waiting for the right moment until you are ready, that you can take that next step forward steadily. Yep, and with this Four of Cups coming out in reverse, it definitely seems like you're not letting your emotions run wild, or because of your attachment or how important this project or decision goal might be, you're not letting those emotions kind of throw you into a frenzy and make you do impulsive things. You're being very slow and steady in your work, and you do realize that there is a little bit more that needs to be done. And so you might be talking about it with this person who can offer you an outsider's perspective, and kind of maybe they're the ones who kind of ground you a bit so that you can think through the process properly, and so that by the time when you do make the decision, it is you are able to put your entire effort and your passion into it without thinking that, oh, maybe this isn't the right way to go. And again, it is just like waiting for that right moment. And you can see that these both have foxes in them. So it's like you're discussing, and then once you realize a decision, you are going to, take that leap forward. But it seems like this orange fox is sleeping, so it does kind of have that patient, slow but steadily waiting for the right moment type of energy. Okay, and then with the Queen of Pentacles coming out in the back of the deck, it is again giving this energy of I'm in control, but I'm not doing anything with it right now and with the resources that I have. And I'm just kind of amused by this whole situation right now. I'm taking it very lightheartedly and just enjoying the whole situation. But when the time comes, I will be able to use this pentacle, basically, or these resources that I have lined up. Okay? So now let's just ask what the next step is for you in terms of your career, your goal, your right path, whatever it is. Okay, so when asking about the question of this video, we only got one card, which was the Queen of Cups. And for this card, I was focusing on her hand here. It seems like she's cheering to like a court, like a king's court. That's the vibe that I was getting. Like, oh, we've won the war, or we're going off to war, and we've made the decision to do this. So we're going to stick by, and we are going to win this war. That type of a cheering mentality. And it also seems like this hand that she was trying to stop, like, it cannot be stopped, this cheering, no matter how much she tries to hold it back. So with the next step that you have to do is make the decision, and make it with all of your complete sincerity. Don't try to hold yourself back, and just believe that you are able to make the decision and make the right one. And just enjoy making that decision and following through with it. And then with the back of the deck energy being the High Priestess, it is again reiterating that message. My focus was on this pomegranate, and that reminded me of Hades and Persephone's story, where in some stories, he feeds her the pomegranates, but in other stories, she eats them herself, and in other stories, she can't help herself, so she has to, eat them so that she doesn't starve and die. But in all the stories, she does eat a few of the pomegranate seeds from the underworld, and that causes her to basically be bound to the underworld for a certain period of time throughout the year, right? So, but in all of those stories, she does end up eating them with her own hands. No one forces them into her mouth, And it looks like a bad decision to the entire world, but in the stories where she is a little bit forced, it is a decision that she learns to actually like the situation and being with Hades and having a good family there. And in situations where she decides to eat the pomegranate seeds herself, her main motive is the fact that she enjoyed being in hell being in the underworld with Hades. So it is a conscious decision. So in all the stories, the main thing is that Persephone chooses, or at the very least, grows to like the underworld and her life there, as well as the love that she receives from Hades. And to everyone else, it looks like a bad decision, but in actuality, it is something she wants, or something that she eventually likes and loves. And this is the same kind of feeling that is being iterated in the under the card energy, as well as with the Queen of Cups kind of holding herself back, To you, this is the decision that you want to make, but to others, it might just seem like not the greatest decision or an illogical decision. And so you don't need to worry about that, because in fact, even if other people think it's the wrong decision for you or not a good decision to make, it is the decision that you want to make, and it is the decision that will make you happy and fulfilled. Even if it doesn't seem like it right now, later down the line you will learn to grow and like the situation. And that's why I say, when over here, the next step is to just make the decision and enjoy making the decision, and really go for it with all your sincerity rather than trying to hold yourself back. Yeah. And that's about it for your reading. I know it was very short for the question, but to be honest, like, there isn't really much more to say, and no other cards popped out, even though I shuffled 4 times. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I guess your collective reading was a little bit longer, so I hope you enjoyed that one as well. And yeah, if you liked this reading, thought it was accurate, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment below, whatever you feel comfortable with, or just go and check out some of my other videos. I have all the playlists categorized by the type of reading it is. Okay? So have a blessed, wonderful week. Bye, guys. Okay, welcome pile 2 to your reading. So again, I'm going to do your collective truth information first, and then we will answer the question later on. So right off the bat, I'm going to start off with your overall or under the deck card energy, which is achievement. So from this card, seems like the collective reading will be about your achievements. I know that's pretty cliched, but to be honest, that was the word that was sticking out the most, and the visuals aren't really giving me anything else. So achievement seems to be it, or growth, even if you kind of focus in on the flower here. Yeah. So now continuing on to the cards themselves. You've got patience and practicalities. You've got Mutt, which is giving me kind of like an observer sort of feel. She seems to be like the type of person that comes into the library in definitely still the Egypt times, but like the scribes are scribing on the wall, and she's coming in to observe what they are writing, how they are writing it, what kinds of clothes they're wearing, what kinds of tools they're using. And she seems to be like someone that enjoys analyzing scholarly behavior especially, but it seems to be like someone who is interested in that sort of field. And it does have sort of like a vibe because of Mat. It does have a vibe that even though she's a princess, that she may not be allowed to, go to school or pursue a career in research and stuff, but she is, or like even just pursue a career as a scribe. She is very interested in recording things down and looking at how scribes do their work. And yeah, you can see like there's a lot of eyes here, even in the Sphinx over there. There seem to be a lot of observation sort of things going on around here. So with the practicalities, it seems like you might be breaking down what are the exact steps to take to accomplish your goal. You might even be a person who does this as part of your personality. Someone who, if they want to do something or they want to accomplish something or find out something, they take mini steps, or at the very least record down the steps that they need to take to accomplish that or to find out whatever they want to find out. And currently, it seems like you guys might be at the first step. Yes, of taking that step forward towards your destiny or towards the thing that you need to work towards. With the patience, ideas, and the burdens, with the ideas and the burdens coming out in reverse, and the patience coming out upright, it seems like you have been working very hard on this thing, and you will continue to work hard and put in the effort. It might take even like a long time for your efforts to fruition. But you have a lot of ideas, and that can even sometimes burden you mental-wise, because you want to do all these ideas and you're very proactive in actually following through with those ideas and making the steps and such. But sometimes it can be a burden because there are so many ideas or things that you want to do floating around in your head, and it can be overwhelming because you don't know which one to pick or which one to go for at which time. And sometimes the idea itself, implementing it, can be burdensome. Like maybe you want to do research, it requires certain tools or certain knowledge, so then you have to get prepared for that, and that in itself can also seem overwhelming or burdensome to get those resources, because you may not have access to them on a daily basis, or they might be something that you have to procure from other people, or there might be knowledge that you might have to go through the books and to learn the basics and foundations of things. So that can also be a burden there. And with the Sphinx coming out in reverse, even though it's right next to Mott, it does seem like you are a person that kind of wants to just do the thing very quickly and then move on to your next goal. It doesn't seem that you have the patience to kind of make the plan and follow through with it, even though you can hold out for quite a long time. It does seem like you have this impulsive, very active energy of just finish the goal and then move on to the next one. But it also seems like you have very big and colorful goals, so that might be the reason why you get so excited and impulsive. But then once you start observing and breaking down the practicalities of like what are the steps, then you start understanding that this will require patience, which you do. You obtain your patience and you follow through with it, but it can be sometimes burdensome because you just want things to happen quickly so that you can move on to your next idea. But so your career and your decision making and all that stuff is all about achievement and growth of these ideas. So now let's move on to your career goal reading. Okay, so for your actual reading for the video's question, we got money and possessions and study. And from there, we can definitely say that you have to save up money and gather resources little by little. And also gain knowledge and study, make notes. I'm literally seeing someone going to the library, picking out a bunch of different textbooks that relate to your concept or topic, and making notes to understand the basics and foundations of the thing, how to conduct the experiment, how to go about doing whatever this goal, career, or right path is for you. And then we've got choice and set coming out in reverse. So again, there is this vibe of, even though you have all these ideas and stuff, you do need to make a single choice of what you want to actually pursue as a career, what you actually want to accomplish as a goal, or what you believe is your right path that you must walk on, your life purpose, basically, right? And then with set coming out in reverse, it is again this idea of not being impulsive and not letting your emotions and your excitement rule your decisions, to really think things through. And it does seem like you will have to take small steps, and those will get you to your goal and your career or your right path. Things will not be clear from the beginning, but they will become clear once you start studying or collecting resources and you make that choice. It really just depends on you, and when you follow these things through, you will receive victory of, this person seems to have a very confident aura and very knowing the things that he needs to know or she needs to know about their career choice or their goal or their path. And because they have that confidence, they know the exact steps to take, the exact tools that they need for whatever comes along on that journey. And it also seems like you will become like some sort of expert in the field, which will allow you to actually lecture to other people who are interested in getting into the field and share your experiences and share even your research and your results in a very nice, amusing way that people are actually going to enjoy listening to. Yeah, you will become a very prominent figure in this field if you make the choice, do the studying, collect your resources and money. And I'm seeing mostly in this picture, I'm seeing a guy with like light brownish, like honey colored hair almost, and wearing again like business casual, khakis, shoes, and like a nice light blue and white checkered cotton collar shirt. And he's walking on a stage. This could be a TED Talk, or it seems like the TED Talks, you know, the black stage, dark room type of environment. But yeah, he is sharing his research on something scientific. Yeah. So just like collect the resources little by little. This is going to require patience and some time and some effort on your behalf, as like steady effort. But if you put in the time to study the basics and the foundations and make notes on everything that you need to know about in your research or your goal, and then or your path, and you also save your money and collect the resources that you need to actually complete this career goal, this research, this path, then you will be able to basically take the steps forward toward the choice that you have made in a non-impulsive way. And little by little, you will become prominent and successful in this field. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that reading, and if you did like it or it was accurate, please leave a thumbs up, a comment, a subscribe, or just watch one of my other videos. I have a lot of playlists, and they're categorized by type of tarot card readings, so you can go and take a look at those as well. All right, have a lovely, blessed week. Bye. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So, again, like just as I did for the other 2 groups, I also did a shuffling for the general collective that I've picked this pile, just to see whatever general truth needs to be seen or heard by you. And after quite a few shuffles, I finally got one card. So we've got 3 of Pentacles here, and then the 3 of Cups in the bottom of the deck energy. So basically with the 3 of Pentacles and with also the 3 of Cups energy, they're very similar sort of situations going on here. They both have something in their hand, and they both seem to be looking away from it. And at the very same time also, they seem to be in a very isolated but also bright and hopeful environment. It's comforting even though they are there alone. And in 3 of Pentacles, it seems to be like an abandoned church during a war zone, or like after the war, the army has passed through it. And in 3 of Cups, of course, it is Alice in Wonderland, so it's the Tea Party Garden. But at the same time, if you look at it outside of that context, it does seem like it's in the middle of some sort of like forest that not many people go into. With like the fog and the mist and the moss coming out. Yeah, so it definitely seems like that. But from both of these, I'm getting that you have some sort of magical opportunity, something that is truly a miracle in your life. There's this very lovely, positive opportunity that you have in your hands, but you don't seem to be contemplating it right now or looking at it right now. You're distracted by something else, even though this opportunity might be at the back of your mind and you might be thinking about whether to take it or not. But you're not giving it your full attention or actually making the decision to go through with it. So yeah, that's basically it. And behind this 3 of Cups, again, 3 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles is kind of mirroring each other as well, with the emotions as well as the resources. So if we look at it from the emotional perspective, it seems like you are almost denying the positive feelings or emotions or the happiness that you feel towards this decision by looking at other people, and kind of almost feels like, is this really what I want or what I need in my life? When I look at everyone else around me, that's how they're getting their positive and happiness in their life. And from the Three of Pentacles, or the money resources aspect, it seems to be like you're just ignoring that you have this opportunity in your hand. And it seems to be almost like too good to be true. So you are basically under suspicion whether you should invest your time and effort into it and go for it or not. But you seem to be kind of avoiding the responsibility with this decision. So behind this overall deck card energy, the Three of Cups, you've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, which again is giving this sort of like going with the wind type of energy, where you're just kind of waiting for the wind to kind of take you wherever it needs to go and blow you towards this opportunity, so that you're forced into this opportunity and taking action into it. Yeah, and again with Eight of Wands, and then you've got the Two of Wands. So again, it's like a question of like, is this really what I want or what I need? Like, tell me, you know? So it seems like you are stuck in a position where you cannot make the decision, even though this opportunity is being offered to you. And it is a good opportunity for you, but you seem to be either distracted by the fact that it seems to be more of like a stalling out of fear that it's not the right opportunity, even though it looks like it makes you happy, it is a positive opportunity, and it is the right one for you. But you compare this opportunity to other people, and you're comparing whether this would be the right investment because you don't want to lose it all, right? So yeah, that's what I'm getting right now. Let's go on to the actual video's question and see what cards come out from there. Okay, so I asked the question for the video, what is the next step you should take towards your path, goal, career? And these are the cards that came out. So the Seven of Wands, you've got the Three of Cups again, Five of Cups, right, coming out with it, and then the Six of Swords, and then your overall energy was the Three of Swords. So starting from the Seven of Wands, there's definitely this energy of, what is the next step? Well, to stop fighting against fate or destiny, and to stop fighting against this opportunity that has been offered to you. Don't be defensive about it, and stop trying to put all your energy and effort into kind of fighting it off. Then with your Three of Cups and the Five of Cups coming out here, it does seem to say that to be observant and wary, but is it of the decision or of other people? It seems like you should be wary of other people, and this can be going back to the idea of that Three of Cups, where you are comparing your, like, what success should look for you to what success looks for, like, in other people's lives or in the general population. So there is this idea of being wary about other people and their happiness, and not using it to kind of appease to your own happiness. And then with the Five of Cups coming out here, it does seem, again, to be a change of emotions. So Five always represents change, whereas Cups represent emotions. And this is saying to be wary about other people and make an emotional change in yourself, that you don't have to be dependent on other people. You don't have to decide things based on what other people decide them to be. So it is really a sense of kind of coming into your own way of thinking and being secure emotionally in your thoughts and how you perceive and approach life and what decisions you make. And then finally, we've got the Six of Swords. So again, it's this idea of being calm and being very in tune with yourself, and being comfortable in the decision that you make and following through with it, and letting your own fire and passion and energy guide you, rather than trying to take the same steps that other people are taking. Yep. And then with this Three of Swords coming out in reverse in the overall energy, again, it's this idea of untangling your heart and stop hurting your own emotions and what makes you happy just because, again, like, you're forcing yourself to be unhappy, and you're forcing yourself into the situation which is actually hurting your heart and causing you to kind of keep your heart restricted and constricted, and that ends up hurting your heart even if you don't realize it, and you kind of tend to ignore this hurt and this emotional negativity and just assume that, oh, this is just normal, when it's not. So if you can see over here behind this card, you've got death, which is, again, this face is kind of giving me like, really? You really think that's going to work, kind of a thing? Like, almost like they're disappointed and annoyed at the other person. So that's what it looks like. Like, you're kind of going like, really? Is this how it's going to be? So I'm going to change the situation because this is not what I want or need. And then again, with the King of Swords coming out in reverse, this is kind of giving me the idea of reversing back time or taking back things into your own control. So yeah, that is basically what you need to work on as the next step, to stop fighting the opportunity that is being offered to you, because it is something very positive, to change your emotions and how you perceive other success, to be wary of how happy even like other people are, and also be wary of, is what's going to make that other person happy going to make me happy, and to be really comfortable and confident in the decisions that you make and the things that make you happy. And then finally be confident in the decision that you make and follow through with it, being in tune with your own instinct and your own self, so that you can stop hurting yourself and trying to avoid this acknowledgement of the negativity that you have forced upon yourself by kind of comparing or making your life into the successful example that others are in general representing. Okay, so I hope this reading was accurate. If you did like it or thought it was pretty helpful, you can hit the like button, you can comment below, you can subscribe, or you can go to my channel and watch one of my other videos. I have playlists that are categorized by the type of reading that I do, so like love, career, etc. And whatever you are interested in at this moment, at any other moment, you can always take a look at those playlists and just, look at whichever reading you're interested in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, lovely, blessed week. Ameen, suma, ameen. Have a good night, guys. Bye.